Is it an ingredient or is it a dish? Who can tell me? Is it an ingredient or it's a dish? No one? Ingredient or a dish? What do you think? Polenta is an ingredient or a dish? Okay, it's okay. I'll give it away. So polenta is actually a dish. It comes from pollen, which actually means the Latin word, which means fine flour. Okay, and that's what we are going to do today. It comes from the northern part of Italy. And before we start polenta, let me break some myths for you. This is the fine, beautiful polenta that I have, fine grains of polenta. So, the best type of polenta that you can use is not the cornmeal. A lot of chefs, they do use cornmeal, but the ideal one is the one that is made with the 8 rows. It's also called autofill, which basically means 8 rows of corn in a corn kernel. So, if you get a corn on the cob, if there is 8 fields, it's a specific variety that comes from northern part of Italy that is used to make polenta. And most of the recipe that you see, it will say that you start polenta with warm stock or warm milk or warm hot, right? That's what you see. It says, okay, saute your onion, saute your garlic, add the stock or milk, just bring it to a boil and then add the polenta. The problem over here is polenta is a starch. Do we agree? There is starch in polenta. Do we agree? Yeah. So what happens is the moment it hits hot liquid, it's going to gelatinize and it starts clumping up. That's why you end up having clumps in your polenta. And also you have to continuously keep on stirring it. But today we are actually going to start with a room temperature stock. I have got a very beautiful veg stock that I made. So I like to make a nice flavorful veg stock. I made a veg stock with all the trimmings which was there. I also like to enhance it with shiitake. When you add some dried shiitake in your veg stock, it gives it a very nice, beautiful depth of flavors. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have my stock over here. I'm just adding, before actually start heating up the stock, I'm just adding the corn. I mix it well. And now I'm starting my heat. So I'm actually starting from a cold liquid. So it takes roughly around say 15 to 20 minutes for your polenta to be cooked. So this is the basic polenta that we are going to make. And there's another myth that when you start making polenta, you have to keep on stirring it continuously. But my question is, if there is no lumps, do you really require to stir it? No, not really. On and off, here and there, yes, you stir it. But continuous stirring is not really required because my polenta is not going to be lumpy because I added in a cold liquid. So there's a gentle heat that's going to go, and that gentle heat will not let my polenta particles to clump up all together. Who all has tried polenta here before? No one? So, okay, you are going to try today. And not just the basic polenta, you'll be trying the elevated version of polenta. So, I'm doing a basic polenta for you over here, but we are going to elevate it by making a parmesan and polenta foam. And please excuse me, I forgot to introduce my wonderful student. That's Akash. He's our level 3 student in ICCA. He's here to assist me for the polenta. Can you keep on stirring? Polenta, to be very honest, it's the most warm, comforting meal that you'll have. It's beautiful for the winter nights. It's just simple, but there is so much flavor in that. It's just a very warm, comforting meal. All it needs is a basic stock, and then you add some polenta, butter, parmesan. That's all a good polenta needs. That's what we are doing it for you. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we'll be sauteing it. We'll be serving it with some oyster mushrooms. You can also serve it with ragu. It goes really well. So polenta comes from the northern part of Italy. So mainly your Venice, Bologna and all, where actually the ragu, the meat ragu comes from. So it's commonly served with the meat ragu, but today we are making it completely veg. I just wanted to keep it completely veg. So today we'll be serving with some oyster mushrooms. So it's coming all together. I'm just going to add some butter to it. Also, you have to be very careful how much salt you put in your polenta, because you are finishing it with parmesan, and parmesan is already salty. So you need to be really careful, and polenta can be served just like that, but generally you top it up with either your ragu or some meat or some mushroom, which will any which ways have some salt. So you just have to be very careful how much salt you are adding to your polenta. Okay. I'm going to just add some parmesan. So if you see, my polenta over here is done. You can increase the quantity of stock in this, but it depends how much liquid you want. Start the mushrooms. Start the mushrooms. So this is the consistency I'm looking for. While Akash is doing some mushrooms, I'm going to tell you something interesting that we are going to do with the same polenta. So this is the basic polenta that is there. With the same polenta, what I have done, so this is a recipe of 200 grams. I have just added 200 extra grams of liquid. So what you do, you take this polenta, you set it completely, let it set. You take 200 more mLs of your veg broth, the same that we use for cooking, and then you just blend it up. So you are going to be ending up with a nice fine puree. So that's the basic version of polenta that we are doing. And over here, I'm going to be using this siphon. Salt and pepper. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Can anyone tell that do you wash your mushroom or you don't wash your mushroom? Do you wash it? Do you wash your mushrooms? Wipe it. If you're washing it, you are actually not doing any good to your mushrooms. So mushrooms are basically like sponge. So if you're going to wash it, what you're doing is you're giving extra water to your mushroom and the meaty texture of the mushroom which is there, which is not going to be there. So if you really want to, generally as chefs we never wash it. We just give it a wipe, that's good enough. Some chefs like to peel it, but it's depending on chef to chef. But what you do is just give it a wipe, it's good to go until unless it's the forage mushroom which is really out there from the forest. Even that mushroom, if you want to wash it, you just run it through cold water, that's about it. So over here my mushrooms are done. I'm just going to start some garlic. Thank you. So that's your basic polenta that we have done. Now, that's the basic version, let's elevate it. So I have this siphon, the ISI, the food grade siphon. This one, the one in red color, you get the black one also, which is mainly for cold application. This is both for hot and cold. This is also called ISI Gourmet Whip. We are going to charge it. So right now it's 250 ml liquid. So if you have somewhere around up to 500 ml liquid, you just need one charger. So the more the liquid, only one charger you need. But if the liquid is less, we need to charge it more. How does this siphon gun actually works? And do you know what gas is there inside this? This charges? It's actually N2O that we are using, okay? So N2O is also a laughing gas. So a fact, if anyone knows, the laughing gas that you have seen with the balloons, it's the same one which is there. The reason N2O is being used because it doesn't have any flavor. It doesn't have any. So basically it's not going to affect any product which goes inside, especially creams, because this over here has still some flavors, strong flavors going on. But when it comes to just plain simple whipped cream that they use for barista or they just use for the chocolate fondant and all, any slight taste even from the gas can change the taste. So N2 is the one that we use. It recently got very famous. Can anyone tell me by which chef? From a Michelin star restaurant who made it really popular using siphon guns. Farhan Adria, El Bulli. Does it click? That was the one who really made it very famous. He started doing a lot of foams, so that's how it got into. So right now it's already slightly warm. I'm just going to charge it. So my liquid is less. So I'm going to do it 2 charges. You just have to ensure when you work with this, it's a beautiful thing, but you have to be careful. You have tightly sealed it. Never ever ever overfill. So there is a quantity over here. And if you're putting hot liquid, use a bain-marie. Don't go beyond 75 degrees Celsius because this thing over here, siphons are not made to go beyond. So I'm going to put second charger. Also interesting fact, if you are using this machine, and you want to clean it, just make sure you press it out, empty out the gas. Otherwise, when you go for cleaning and open up this machine, there can be a big explosion. So now I'm going to give it a couple of shakes. So every shake matters in when you talk about siphon gun. So I'm going to give it somewhere around 10 to 15 shakes. There is something called overshaking also, because what's going to happen if you overshake it, like you're doing your whipped cream, it's going to actually turn into butter. So if you need a couple of extra shakes, you can do it, but you check it first. Can you please make corn salsa? It's normal for the gas to come up first. Am I happy with it? Not really. Maybe needs to be a little bit more thick. So every time you check it and then you decide if you want to shake it a little bit more. Don't just keep on shaking, because what's going to happen, it's going to be over whipped. Okay, this is good. If you see the consistency, that's what I was looking for. Because we are only talking about corn today, so I have prepared these tart shells. The recipe is already there in your recipe cards. So these are the really nice fine tart shells, if you can see. So this is also made up of polenta. It's 100 grams of flour, 70 grams of polenta, 60 grams of water and 1 egg yolk with 7 grams of sugar and 3 grams of salt. That's the basic recipe. You have the normal brioche tart molds or the tart molds. That's what I've used. Roll it out thinly, place it between 2 tart shells and bake it at 160 degrees for somewhere around 25 to 30 minutes. That's good enough. And then you end up with these nice, beautiful, savory tart shells. While I'm doing that, Akash over here is making a charred corn salsa. It's just the fresh corn, which is charred. So it gets a nice smoky flavor. Some peppers are there, red peppers, some red onions. I like using red onions, but sometimes I don't like it when you're using it in salad. So what I did, I just washed it with cold water. So the flavor is still there, but it's not that pungent, and plus the smell doesn't take over the entire thing. There are some jalapenos, there is some coriander, salt, pepper and some lime juice. That's about it. Thank you, Akash. So this is my corn salsa over here. I'm just going to place a little bit on the tarts. So from the same one, if you see how dense this is, we went to this just by putting it in the siphon. Now I've also got some porcini dust. It's just the dried porcini, dehydrated. Not really oven. I like to use dehydrator. On gentle heat, let it dehydrate. I use some smoked salt and I just blended it. That's the basic porcini powder. I've got some beautiful basil oil. It's just the plain basil blanched in hot water, ice water, say 10 seconds hot water, cold water. After that, you just blend it with extra virgin olive oil. and that's the elevated grains. So I'll be preparing some sample portions for you. Just let me add some fresh parmesan. That's your elevated polenta, your basic polenta over here with mushrooms, and that's your elevated grains, which is the same polenta with the siphon gun. We'll be preparing some sample portions for you to taste. Please let me know if you have any questions about polenta. Yeah. Can you put basil oil? You guys can come and try.
Oh, wait, I'm taking a picture. Just one more second.
Yeah.
Tapos na daw, boss.
The
Sherry.
sherry. Ah, okay. It's gonna be easy for
I
you.
got 1 kilo, so I can cut
Yeah.
in half.
I don't know. No, Michael. Huh?
There is an award ceremony today.
It's like that. How is this thing?
No, other way, chef. Flip it. Like this.
Sure.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Hide the mic.
Hello. 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 Yes. Okay. We are ready now. Cool. So, welcome to Expo Culinary Education Training Corner. My name is Cristóbal Ruiz. I'm a chef instructor in ICCA Abu Dhabi. And today, the demo is about the salmon, all right? I come from Chile, South America. They told me that the salmon because my country we produce a lot of salmon in it. So it's gonna be a confit salmon. Okay, we confit in olive oil and also we put some herbs in it and some and other spices. And we'll serve with some vegetables and a glaze. All right. Over here, the main thing is to talk about this fish, okay, about the salmon, and also I want to try make a very simple recipe for basically for you can reply this recipe at home. It's very easy. Okay, usually in the restaurant, what we did, we put this thing in a sous vide machine, we vacuum seal, so it's a long process basically. But over here, we'll make it very, very simple, so everyone can make it at home, okay? So let's start, okay? Meanwhile, I'll try to talk about the salmon, okay? Salmon is a farm fish, okay? We produce in different countries around the world, basically Chile, in Norway, Scotland, in Canada as well, US of course, okay? But those are the biggest country where they export the salmon, okay? The it's a certain kind of breed of throat, right? Naturally come from the throat, Throat live in the most of their life they live in the rivers, and they move to the sea, okay? They live in the sea and then they come back to the same place where they born. But basically here in this fish, what they did is they keep it in a cage, and they grow. Why this fish? Because this fish is very useful, okay, for the culinary point of view. Okay, you can see on those days we'll found different ways, different kind of salmon. We can smoke, we can put in a brain, we can make it, like a ham. We can make gravlax, we can make a farsa, we can stuff, we can fry, we do everything with the fish. Okay, it's very, very useful. It's become like the chicken of the sea. All right, and also it's very nice. The flavor is very interesting. A lot of fat. Okay, good fat, omega 6 and omega 3. All right. So it's a very good source of omega nutrients. Okay. The color of the salmon, okay, is because the food, okay? The food, the one they give them, all right? Um, Over here, we get a central fillet. I don't know if you can see there, right? Okay, it's a central fillet, okay? On here you'll find the basically the top part become the loin, and here become the belly, okay? The belly, of course, has more fat in it, okay? We'll remove the skin, okay? The skin is like that, okay? You can see, all right, already clean. So we'll remove this skin, okay, and we'll be prepared to marinate and put in the bag. Okay, we're gonna remove this skin, okay, and we'll remove also, you know, there is fat in it, okay. You can see here, okay, this line with fat, this is the black color, is pure fat. And over here is where the salmon contain all the good oils, you know, the omega-3 and omega-6, okay? The only issue with this kind of fish is if you want to have a good resource of omegas, you have to eat it raw, okay? You need to eat this part, the dark part of the fish raw. Nobody like it because the color, don't have it like, because the smell, okay? It's a very strong smell, and most of the people, they avoid to use this part of the fish, okay? That's the main issue with the salmon, okay? I'm gonna cut the belly as well, okay? I wanna season it first. We'll put a little bit of salt. We will put a little bit of pepper, okay? Here you can put any kind of spices, okay? I would like to add some lemon zest as well, and we add dill, okay? This salmon is very interesting because the flavors, okay, how are very good paired with that. There is sweet flavors. So, for example, oranges, okay, orange zest, lemon zest, sugar as well. You can put a little bit, okay. Match very well with the salmon, okay. Here we put a little bit of citrus because the fattiness of the salmon, okay. We need to make it we need to make a good balance between the flavors. We put some herbs, okay. We'll put a bit of dill in it, and then you just vacuum back. All right. It's going to be very, very simple. No worries, just like that. Okay. Here we put dill. Okay. Dill, we'll put it as it is. We don't want to chop it because we don't want to, you know, at the end of the day, when we want to serve this fish, we don't want to see any, you know, herbs in it or burn stuff in it. So we'll put it as it is, okay? We're gonna rub a little bit, so we're gonna extract all the natural oils from the dill, okay? And wow, smell very nice, okay? Dill, of course, is part of the family of flavors of the salmon, okay? So become very good friends, dill and salmon. You can use the dill in sauces. You can use the dill as a marinade. You can use it in different ways next to your salmon. Okay. So yes, we put it there. Thank you very much. She is Chef Farah. Is also a chef in ICCA Abu Dhabi, and she is helping me today. Okay. Well, okay. So basically here, what we do usually in the restaurants, okay, we vacuum seal this. This is a vacuum bag. We vacuum seal. We remove all the air from the salmon, okay, and we put it in a sous vide machine, okay. What is sous vide? Sous vide is a thermocirculator, basically, where it's a water bath. We set the certain temperature and we leave it there, you know, until it become cooked. In this case, because I want to make it a very simple recipe, okay, and I want you to do it at home as well. I'm using water. Okay, we're using a pot with water and the normal bag. Here I'll bring vacuum bags because we have vacuum bags in the school, but if at home, usually you have this Ziploc, okay? So you can use Ziploc bags as well, and it works perfectly here, all right? What we need to do is just to press a little bit with our hands, okay? And we put this one in the water bath, all right? And that is going to help us. What happened? The water inside of the pot is going to make a pressure against the fish and going to release the water, the air, sorry, okay? So it's going to kind of seal, okay? Why we put the salmon? Why we put the salmon in a bag? Why we cook like that? Because the water over here is the best way of conduct the heat to the product. Okay, it's more efficient. It's better than putting in a grill. Better than putting in a oven, the fry pan, anything. So that's why we use this. You know, you use water. Okay. Of course, here we are forgetting something very important. What is olive oil? Okay. So there is there. Okay. So we put a good amount of olive oil. Okay. Just to give us an extra flavor, nice flavor, of course. Okay. This is extra virgin olive oil from Greece. Okay. Just put a little bit more, please. Half of that. Half of the salmon. Put. Thank you. Good. Okay. So you put it like that, you know. And what's going to happen here? The temperature is going to, you know, release the oil. It's going to release all the aromas from the herbs, you know, and it's going to cook our fish. It's going to be a very gently way of cook the fish. Okay. Most of the time, you know, we have we commit a big mistake, which is overcook the fish, okay? Because we think the fish we need to cook like you know, same as we cook the chicken or same as we cook a steak, right? But the fish you don't need to cook that much, okay? Because it's change the flavor and change the texture on the fish. So usually for a fish, a normal steak like this, okay, you saw how thick it was. You can cook for around 10 to 12 minutes, no more than that, okay? If you don't want to do it as it is, you can do it in a fry pan, same thing, okay? Let's say 5 minutes each side, and that's it. It's change the color, you'll see how they change the color, and no more than that, okay? We need to be very gently in the way of cooking, because we want to, you know, to get much flavor of the salmon, much flavor of the fish as you can, okay? Of course, if you don't like salmon, you can use any other kind of fish as well, all right? So we'll place the salmon here, okay, in the water, and you'll see how the waters, you know, make pressure against the oil and against the salmon, you know, and release, you know, there is no air in it. So there is no pockets, there is no air pockets in it, and they go down, all right? We'll set the temperature here with a thermometer around 54, 55 degrees, okay? And we'll stop the thing, okay? So we wanna cook this one very, very slow, and that's gonna help us with the flavor, all right? Cool. So meanwhile, we prepare here, okay, the vegetables, all right? For the veggies, we have here cherry tomatoes, we have asparagus, and we have some shallots as well, okay? So we just put everything together. Here we had already, we cut the tomatoes, okay? We'll put it here. I want to make a quick marinade over here. We'll put the asparagus as well, okay? I'll cut the shallots, okay, in quarters, okay? Just to make it a bit thinner, okay? And we'll saute these vegetables, and then we'll make a glaze. But the glaze is very simple as well. We'll use rice vinegar, okay? The rice vinegar, the one we use here, it's a rice vinegar for the sushi rice, okay? There is no alcohol in it, it's 100% halal. It's very sweet, okay? It comes already with syrup and sugar, so that's gonna help us with the caramelization of the vegetables. And you'll see the color, the one we get here, okay? You can have a look here to our, let's see, here, our salmon, all right? It's changing the color, okay? Because the temperature, you know, is changing the color. The protein, we break down the proteins and start, you know, helping us with to cook the fish, all right? Here, we want to do it demi-cuit, okay? And what's demi-cuit means? Half cooked. We don't want to cook all through. So we'll get our fish, okay, with all the flavors in it, a very good quality fish we're using today, very fresh as well, okay? And of course, the olive oil, the one we use, the herbs, okay, that's also help us to transmit all the, transfer all the flavors into the, our fruit, okay? Yeah, okay, so then we need to leave it here for a while, okay? And we use this one, okay? I would like to know what is your experience regarding salmon. Have you tried salmon before? Do you like salmon? You don't like? Yes? You like? Okay. You too? You like salmon or not? Yeah? Because there are some people don't like it because the smell. Okay? The main thing over here is, you know, as any kind of fish, you need to know that we need to be sure we are using a very fresh fish. How we know when the fish is fresh? How we know when the fresh? Sorry again? Texture? Eyes, okay? Texture. What else? Huh? What do you mean? The belly? Huh? Eyes? Nose? No. Fish doesn't have ears. No, they don't have ears. Ah, gills. Ah, okay. Gills. Yeah. All those factors, you know, it helps you to know when the fish is fresh or not. But there is one very important. Then that's going to help you straight away, the smell. Because if you come to the fish market and you touch you see the fish, you know, and no, okay? If you have that reaction, like there is something weird in the smell, no. If it's a smelly fish, forget it, okay? Just to be in the safe way, because sometimes, you know, okay, when I use it anyways, no. Okay? So if it smells weird, bye-bye, straight away, okay? If it doesn't smell bad, if it smells fresh, it smells sea, okay? Because sea is not a bad smell, and that's something you need to know. I go to you know, with the finger. I can touch the skin, the belly, you say, eh? The belly. We need to touch the skin, and that's going to help us as well to see if it is flexible. If the skin come back to the same place, that means it's fresh. If I press and I get a hole inside, that means it's not fresh. Okay? The eyes, chef out there say the eyes. That is very important as well. Okay? If I have a whole fish with everything, you know, the eyes and the fish is going to help me a lot. You can see it needs to be transparent, clear color. Okay? No gray, no whitish, no. Okay? And gills, of course, as well. Okay? So we have the chance to open the gills behind the head. Okay? Which color need to be? Huh? Pink, red. Okay? Blood. It need to be very, very red. Okay? Bright red. Okay, so all this kind of thing is going to help me to recognize the fish. The one we're using is a fresh fish. Okay, also the scales. If the fish has scales, right, it needs to be firm, attached to the skin. If I touch the fish and the scale go everywhere, you know, that means it's an old fish as well. Okay, and of course, how we handle the fish is very important as well, because we need to be able to keep it in the fridge. We need to keep it cold much as we can. Fish is a very sensitive meat, okay? It's very delicate. As I told you in the beginning, we are not cooking a piece of a steak. We are not cooking a piece of chicken where we need to leave it there and forget it, and we want to overcook or we want, you know, well done. No, 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 no. Fish is very delicate. It's absolutely different. So in all the way, you need to take care of your product, okay? And that means take care when we put in the fridge, take care when we bring it, everything, okay? And we need to handle it with care as well. When we put it in our chopping board, don't throw it in the chopping board, you know, because sometimes, you know, there is chefs, I know that some people, they put it there, you know. What happened with the meat there? You know, you break the meat, you know, so you need to be careful with the things. As I told you, it's not a piece of a steak, it's not a piece of a chicken, okay? It tastes absolutely different, okay? So I want to keep it here. You'll see, we'll cook. Over here, I don't know if you can see in the back, there is a white dot, okay? Come out, okay? And that is the protein. The protein from the fish start, you know, being cooked and change the color and give you this white color, okay? Here, I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil. We'll saute the vegetables, okay? We add the rice vinegar, and also we add a little bit of this is balsamic vinegar, okay? We'll make a small reduction, and that's the sugars, the one we add in our veggies, is gonna help us with the nice color as well, okay? The salmon, in which other way we can have, okay? This is one, confit. Pan-sear, the most common one, okay? Which other one? Baked, okay? Baked, yeah. It's a very, very, very strong piece of meat to put in the oven, so you can do it, you know? That's why the salmon is so good, and it's very helpful. You can use in different things, okay? Have you tried smoked salmon? Okay? It's quite popular in Europe as well. Layers, thinnest layers of smoked salmon in a sandwich. Okay, you can serve as a carpaccio and a starter as well. Okay, you can mix through with a little bit of cream cheese, and you can use in a filling. You can use in a sushi as well. Why not? Okay, so the salmon is, you know, you can use in different ways. It's okay. It's hot or not that much?
Not that much.
Okay, let's change the function. Okay, now there is some issues with the salmon regarding the sustainability of this fish. On those days, you know, everything has to be sustainable. So the salmon, because it's a farm fish, become quite controversial. Okay, there is a lot of people who is against the salmon because the way of they farm the fish. Okay, and of course, what happened? We can add this veggies. Okay. Yep. We'll add the onions as well. In my country, in Chile, we have a lot of salmon. We eat a lot of salmon as well. And we have it with ceviche. Have you tried ceviche before? Yes, you. Have you tried ceviche? No? Ceviche is a kind of raw fish. Okay? We cut the fish when it's fresh. That's the key. The fish has to be fresh. Okay, we cut it, we put it in a bowl. We add some leche de tigre, we call. And leche de tigre is a mixture of lemon juice, coriander, chili, a little bit of onions, you know. And we marinate the fish with that. And we serve with the ginger as well, garlic, okay? And become very popular. It's very nice. Okay, we want a good heat in it. We'll add a little bit of our vinegar. That's going to give us the nice color in it. You'll see. Oops. Balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar is a vinegar, is halal, no worries, okay? It's a a vinegar of a very special kind of grapes, okay, and it's become very sweet, okay, and also it's very nice taste. Um, there is a very expensive ones, okay, from Modena in Italy, okay, where they age for 12, 15 years, okay, and become very sweet, and you can have it with cheeses. You can use it with salads, okay. I put a little bit here with the vegetables for the salmon, okay, and yeah, and that's it. We'll start plating, okay. We want to, this one is very fast, okay? Of course, if you decide, you can add a little bit of soy sauce as well, garlic. You can make like an Asian fusion kind of, and that is also a very good match, okay? We're gonna add salt in it. A little bit of pepper, okay? Ginger powder, yes or no? No. Ginger powder. You like ginger powder or no? Chef, do you like ginger powder or no? Yes? Or you prefer fresh one? Fresh one, no? Say yes, yes. Yeah, come on. Okay, so you can see here how we roast the veggies. It's change the color. Okay? Here. Okay? It's gonna be very nice. All right. And now we're gonna plate something very simple. I think in you know in the dinner. Usually when we come at home late, we are not. We don't want to have you know cook for a long time. We want something simple. If you have time before, you can do this thing. Okay, you can leave it in the bag to marinate, to infuse all the flavors, to all the oil, all the herbs in it. Okay, and when you arrive at home, you just pop out in a water, you know, and it is. You leave it there. The vegetables are very simple. You can see it's very fast. If you buy in the supermarket the small ones, it's going to help you with the time, of course, and it's going to be very easy. Okay. So here we'll add a little bit of the vegetables. Farah, you reduce a little bit of cream here, please? I'm going to show you another good recipe for, and very fast. We put a little bit of lemon zest as well. Okay. We put the veggies in the middle. Here, of course, you can put any kind of veggie you want. If you want to put, let's say, zucchinis, you can put aubergines, okay? If you want to put garlic, if you want to put cauliflower, if you want to put the, what's the name of the green ones? Broccoli. Broccoli, okay. Yeah, what else? So now we're with the fish. We'll remove this fish from the oil. The oil you can use again, it's no problem. Okay, careful. I'm gonna remove the green things here. Oh, if you want, you can keep it. No, it's no problem. I want to show you here. You know the white things, the white dots. That's the meaning of the protein become cooked. Okay. So we place this one. We remove everything. Okay. We'll put it here in the middle, okay? And finally, we'll put the sauce. It's a reduction of cream, you see. Because we're gonna put the cream, that's why. All right, so we'll put the sauce here around, okay? It's very simple, this recipe. We put the cream, we add a little bit of lemon zest, okay? Become thicker, okay? And we are ready, okay? To finalize this recipe, I would like to add some fresh mint, okay? Just to give us some freshness. And also, I'm gonna use a little bit of dill in it, okay? I'm gonna use the leaves, nice one. But the mint I want to chop, okay? In julienne. We cut in julienne, right? Or chiffonade? Chiffonade. Julienne or chiffonade? Julienne or chiffonade? Which cut we made here? Chiffonade or julienne?
Chef, actually, I'm a baking.
Ah, you're baking. Ah, okay, okay.
These guys.
Julienne or chiffonade? Chiffonade. Chiffonade because it's green, green leaves. Okay. Good. Sorry, I'm instructor, so that's why all the time I ask to my students, okay, how the things going. Okay, we put some herbs here, here, okay, here, and that's it. I don't want to complicate. Ah, we have more greens here. You know, I love greens. Sorry. Look at the garden. Okay, we put it here in the middle. Okay, what do you think, Farah? Oh, oh, okay, cool. All right. So that's it. I don't know if you have any questions, guys. No worries, no worries. That's fine. Salmon, demi-cuit, okay, confit in olive oil with the spices and everything. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the journey today. It's a very good opportunity for all our students, or everyone as well.
Try Nikon. You know, no, I don't need to explain. It's our first lens with the power zoom.
So good, even when we have quick moments.
This zoom is, it's a constant. Very smooth for cinematography.
For cinema.
Yeah, zooming and podcasting, everything. What happened?
Keep pressing. Hold the button. Oh yeah, you got it. Again.
Something other.
Mike Lee was the first guild. As we welcome Mike to the stage, a big round of applause. For the third president does the announcing, and the second. مرحبا اهلا وسهلا في شارجه Expo Culinaire. Mr. Abdullah Said Abdullah from the Chamber of Commerce of this says there's traffic in Sharjah, doesn't know when to drive to Sharjah. Imsi, imsi, imsi. Surah, surah, surah. And this is a little token of our appreciation, gentlemen, and sent to Sharjah. And for round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I imagine. Danushka Marishanka, Stelatima Silva, Tamara Khatib, Dubai College, Tourism Bronze, Big Export Federation, here we go. 5-course course. Meat Export Federation. Pullman. Abai Gunawadana, Jumeirah Creekside Hotel. Numan Kumara, EKFC Silver, Abalanga Kavinda, Atlantis Royal Bronze, Natun Dana Jaya. Full on shiny. Chicken. Royal Silver, Rajita Fernando Atlantis Royal Silver. Big thanks to, not too sure if Mr. Jeremy. Other supporters who are sponsoring too here, and we thank you very much for his support. Andreas Mueller, the Culinary Committee Director up in Taiwan, but still doing our educational part of the World Association. Atlantis Royal Gold Medal! Bronze. Girish, Atlantis Royal Bronze. Bronze medal. Sweet ones from BV. So one. Bang, bang. Ice carving. Here we go. Lamb Primal Cuts, the Butchery Boys. Well done. And Dubai World Trade Center, Butham Ashok gold medal, World Trade Center silver, and Umesh from Pullman. Butcher, and that's why we do that class. Next. Not many people here today, it's okay.
Hello. 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 Okay. Apply ചെയ്യാൻ മേലത്തെ ഏറ്റവും മുകളിൽ പോയി. Yeah. We can start. Okay.
Over Chopis. Yes, that's gold medal. Kasum Silva.
And then you also. You have mic? 2 minutes. style the food in a better way to present in the black background by using different. Okay, let's start. Okay, so we can make it. Okay, so you can use this in a perfect for a photography. Cool? Yeah, please. And the stuff. Switch camera to the a superb client and how to be in a presented in a good way. Just
They will teach us. They will teach us.
whatever.
You will teach us how to.
We thought you will take our photos.
Sure, I'll do it. So, what I'm going to show here.
You can send this soft copy for us.
Sure, definitely if you want. So, this is the composition basics. If you are designing any food, any stylist, you should have to uh, keep remind all this. Rule of thirds. Place the subject in a, rule of third? What is rule of third? Okay, I'll explain. And leading lines, negative spaces, and framing. Avoid negative spaces. Okay? Any negative areas that has to be minimalized. And framing
Take picture.
has to be framing also. And the second is, this has to be monitored by the photographer or the videographer, lighting techniques. Because the chef definitely doesn't need to know anything about the lighting. They're all about to making the food and how to be in a presented way. So this part should be covered by the photograph. Colors and texture. So when you make a food and when do stylist, you can use any artificial subjects or paste or sauce, any kind of, to be matched with the subject to decorate the food. So this is the psychology of the color. Warm tones for the hot items like a spicy, and this all food will show like a warm, the picture like this, the warm tone. So spicy food will use always warm tone, and cool tones like a freshness. This kind of vegetables, salads, this and all will show as cool tone, and the texture and lighting. And this and all. Instead of showing the full chocolate, we have to show a piece of chocolate to know the texture, how you made it, right? This is your design, right? As a chef, you are designing the chocolate. So this has to be shown in front of the client. This has to be shown as a texture, and this is the design. So do not propose to the entire chocolate or entire thing. You can use this a piece of the product also to show you your talent, your creativity. So these are the common things to be avoided. Crowded frames, which means don't put too much thing when do stylist. Keep the minimalism. Wrong white balance and over editing. Over editing and all, you should have to for once you get a final photo, you should have to match with your real subject. This is what exactly I made it, or over edited, over color graded. Minimalist plating. Put very minimal quantity in the plate. Don't overflow it. And use this kind of effects This is I put some oil and flame it in the background to show it's more spicy. And motion shots. Always the picture is a 2D format. It has like a statue, no movement. So we should have to give a movement to the picture. So when this effects coming out, it shows that it's flaming, it's burning, right? So this kind of effects we have to show in the picture to give a motion shot. And this is what I just brought this. This bread is made with that brand, right? So that client want to show the product is made with the brand. So when you do style, that brand has to be visible, right? Okay. So you two are the design, right? Switch. We'll see what's their design. So just I'm your creator, I'm your content creator. Just tell me, how do you want to capitalize it? How do you want to capture this?
You have to show a little bit of the bread and the brand of the flour.
Little bit of the bread.
Yes, it's almost like that. Not focus here, but keep it this one there.
Like this?
Yeah, kind of.
Like this?
Cross like triangle will be better.
So which means like this? It's a flow. Means? Okay, can you come? We'll see.
Cut this and lay down the bag and like we have to show with some flour and then
Okay. That's possible. Yes, but once that should be our final shots, because once we put the flour, we cannot use the product again.
But we can show the brand also,
Brand,
right?
yes. So I have an idea to show the brand.
Yes.
Just tilt this like this and keep this like this. So now we showing the brand and the product in one frame. So now just see the product and the brand is there, right? So this will be your capture. This is the product and this is the brand. Okay. So you can next team go to do another design with the one product. One. There is a plenty of thing. We are going to do minimalism. I'll show once. Use this.
One?
Yeah, one. No, take that, the small thing. Yeah, keep there. So now we have a little bit only, right? Correct. So just show me how you going to present this fall. Yeah, this is I kept it. So just give a different idea how you want it to be presented. Stack by stack. Okay, can you just
Then maybe we can from this angle if possible. From
more height?
Yeah.
More height is not possible because on the top we cannot stack because it's a round shape, no? So what will be other things? Okay. Can you show them?
we have to
Yeah.
like this. We have to here.
Okay, do it. You can use anything. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, please, no problem. Whatever. So, what do you want it? Like this?
Take this out.
Take this out?
Yes, the bag.
Yeah, one,
Hold that.
two.
Sorry.
It's not a, there is a proportion. It's a big bag and a small,
Yes.
yeah, so,
That's why I want to cut it down
and
and put some
put some, okay. So,
flour on the table and then.
so instead of that, we can do one thing. We can put the bag little bit far away.
We have
No, no, and put the, yes. Okay, if we show like this and we position the camera from here, we can show the brand and the product. Okay. So now it's not affecting the proportion, right? We can show the product as much as big. And this bag is not impacting on our product, right? So we can move this back to back and we'll show as a brand. Yes. So this will be our capture. This bread is made with this diamond brand, and the proportions are now is equal. We don't need to show the entire bag to show the product. Only branding only. Okay. Power switch to presentation. So the food stylist should be know that what the brand is wanted. How consult with them before making the design. Okay, okay, and you too. Yes, please. Can you design with this longer blade? Yeah, longer one. Do as much as minimalist quantity.
both, no?
No, only one. This one. Yeah, because this breads has shapes. So show the shapes in a well. You can use this wooden, or you can use this wooden, or wooden as a backdrop. Anything you can. some flour powder.
Flour powder. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll come. I'll come.
Okay. Do it as much as minimal because this bread has a shapes. We want to show the shapes and design. Okay. Now, how you want it? You want to do it the brand or you want only the product? Hmm?
The product.
Only product. So remove the bags from the frame.
Should I keep down?
Yeah, of course. Now you want the background black or wooden? You can put this wooden box as a backdrop if you want it. Then you have a shades.
Class about the oil, which is yes, olives oil, which is related with the why is that so interesting? Because we normally we will do today chocolate mousse. We never use the oil in our sweets, so we will see how it works well together, right? Okay, so what do we need to do? Normally the olives you will see in the appetizers, in the main courses, but now we will try to make it with our chocolate mousse and some sea salt on the side, so it's going to be nice and flakes and this is from here for you. Oh my gosh, so fancy.
I think like this is better.
Hello. Like that? Okay. No problem. Okay, now more people can hear me. So again, good afternoon. It's still afternoon, nice and shiny day. So we will do again we will do the class today, and it will be related to olives and olive oil, and we will try to do something unusual. So we will do sweet. We will do chocolate mousse with the olive oil and some sea salt on the side. So it will be nice and very interesting combination together, right? So what do we need to do for that? We need to have our cream and milk. We need to have our egg yolks. I didn't have egg yolks. So then, of course, olive oil, sugar, and sea salt. So it's going to be a good combination of sweet bitterness of the chocolate, and of course, slight bitterness of the olive oil. Have you tried something like that before? Great. So it will be that. I will do that something new for you. Yeah. So let's hit our dairy products.
How can I help you?
Okay, let's try to make it on. I think it's working. Yeah. It's very tricky. Some of the inductions gaining heat very fast, so we need to just look after that, and then we need to mix it. Okay. When we heat our dairy, the cream or milk, we always need to use the low heat and make sure we are stirring it. Otherwise, it's gonna be burning from the bottom. So we do have here white sugar. You can always make it less sweet, so we can switch it with brown sugar, with light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, any type of sugar. If you want to have a really change the flavor, you can add dark brown sugar, but it will be more bitter with combination of the dark chocolate and olive oil. It's enough bitterness, so we're just gonna use a normal sugar in our case. The dark chocolate, it's always better for this recipe to use the more high percentage, like the bitter, the 70%, 80% is better, then it's less fat, so you will have some kind of nice and good texture. After we're gonna heat our cream, we're gonna add it to the egg yolk, so then we put it back to temper slightly on our stove to reach the 85 degree. Why do we need to do that? We need to remove all the some kind of bacteria, what can cause the food poisoning and so, right? And that's why we need always, when we are using unpasteurized eggs, we need to heat it until needed temperature, 80, 85 degree. But then as well, we need to mix it properly, otherwise it's gonna be just scrambled eggs in the pan. No, I'll put first. Of course, I'll temper the eggs on the side because we don't want to have quite the egg yolks to be added to the quite hot liquids. So always better to do on the side, and then of course we can put it back until they reach needed temperature. Always try to use some thermometer to help you to identify the needed temperature, and do not overcook your nice and lovely egg yolks and cream. Oh, very good. I was looking for. Whisk, always better when you work with the milk, when you work with the dairy product and the eggs as well. So I'm putting back here.
We just heat up milk.
Yes, I wouldn't say we need to boil it. We just need to heat it up, and then when it's done with the high temperatures. If you will boil it, it will be too hot and you can overcook your egg yolks. So you will just, as we said before, you will just cook the scrambled eggs. So it will be not that much pleasant for the taste. So what we do, we temper on the side our egg yolk mixture. Then I'm putting back everything, and we're gonna cook it slightly until the meat.
And now we should to check our temperature.
Yes, 80, 85, yes, 82. Okay. You see, 80/85. Always ladies cannot identify proper measurement. You know, between, we get all. So that's why I think we have already, not yet, 74. So never keep your cream and dairy product and egg product on the stove without mixing, without your attention. Otherwise, it goes up, and plus your eggs will be overcooked. So that's where you will lose your texture and also the flavors, right? Okay, 78, 84. I think already it's quite hot. Again, the induction, some of them are reaching the temperature really fast. So now we need to pour this mixture over the chocolates. Hot. Again, mix well, and I'll emulsify this with a blender.
It's necessary to put blender? Or
yes, of course, you need to mix all your fats together. We have fats here as egg yolk, as cream, dairy product, and especially the dark chocolate. The less, the minimum, but still it has a little bit cocoa butter, right? It's also some kind of oils and fats in our mixture. So plus, that's how you will gain your, if you notice, I do not have here gelatin and nothing as such as setting agent. So it will set by itself in the chiller after that.
Can we change chocolates, like milk or white chocolate?
Probably yes, but the dark chocolate for this recipe is very crucial because of the less fat content. So you do not have that much milk or other fat content in the in the dark chocolate, and is more is bitter, is how you call that, is better. So for example, say more than 70, 68, 70, 80% is always better for this recipe. That's where you will add another addition of the fats such as cream or milk, and then it will set properly. I would say if you can substitute the chocolates, but then maybe you need to reduce your liquids, maybe less milk. But in our case, I didn't use only the only cream, the milk as well here.
You need to work on the recipe. It's not just easy to.
Yes, you need to try, of course. You cannot just switch something. Better always to monitor and to do some trial one or twice, and then of course you can totally change it for your recipe book or new menu or something.
And when we will put
So olive oil, it will be on top with the sea salt, so like small, yes, like,
small drops.
yes, exactly. Now it's quite liquidy, but it's too hot. That's why when it will be like I would say the less hot, it will be reducing the temperature. When you will place it in the chiller, it will be more harder, right? So now after this, and when it's still on the soft texture, we're gonna transfer it to the cups. And of course, in the future, you can do it in the different type of glasses. It's just your choice, which one you would like to choose. Okay, now we need to do a jar or something. Okay, it's quite hot. Okay. I'm not touching. Okay, let's put it here. So. So of course it looks a little bit more liquidy, but as I said before, it's just because of we need to set it acid and keep it in the chiller for some time. Oh, thank you so much. I'll just show you the presentation before we send it to the chilling. Very good when you have someone who can help you an exactly needed moment. So what we do after, we just pour the glasses.
We will put some crunchy.
Yes, this is the one of the ways to make it more interesting. So you can do some crunches, crumble, some crisps on the side, and you can serve it together with along with the mousse. So for example, now the last touch, of course, after it will be slightly chilled, we're gonna sprinkle on top the olive oil and sea salt flakes. You can use, if you want to have it some extraordinary flavor, you can add some smoked sea salt flakes. You know that it's very interesting. Yes, of course. The pastry nowadays, and the same, like I say, it's not anymore the only classic recipes that you need to follow. You can switch, you can add the twist, and you can just play around. It's up on your imagination. So then the sea salt on the sides. Then plus splash of the olive oil, and of course we just cannot be that classic as usual. I have here lots of condiments with me to go along. So we do have chocolate decoration. We do have the traditional crumble, which is you can do on the side to add some crunch texture to it. And we do have some coconut. If you want to go and use some kind of Arabic flavor, cardamom, add to your crumble dough a little bit of the cardamom flavor and some maybe kunafa crunch. So all of that can be, of course, served with your chocolate mousse, and it always will be more interesting and more flavorful than it's normally you can see now. So olive oil we have here, but slight touch, so with additional of the other crunches on the side. Yeah?
how you created this combination, like olive oil and chocolate? Because like I never heard before this combination. You tried somewhere?
Yes, we do normally create some kind of recipes when we work with different type of clientele, and probably it was some kind of request. Nowadays, people like to go with a healthy way and consume more olive oils rather than the fats and melted butter and so on, right? To be more healthy. So that's the one of the way to introduce it to the people, right? To be more healthy, I would say as well on the other side. So it's something unusual and unique because it's an oil and bitter and butter, and then I would say the salted. So with all the crunch, it will give us a little bit unexpected after flavor. So I hope you're going to enjoy and you will try this recipe later on your own at home.
Okay, one more question, chef. Which combination? How many milk or cream you use? Like which proportions?
I would say it's like even milk to cream, and always go with the high fat content cream. So it's 36 and above, and milk as well. When you do your product in a pastry, go for full fat, of course, because it's the last fat, and the more liquids you will add to your recipe, and sometimes the mousse will not set properly. Then or add any setting agent, the gelatin powder or the sheets, or just reduce the amount of the milk.
Okay, thank you, chef.
Thank you, enjoy.
Thank you so much.